Aho, Iaho. Aho, Iaho.
The objective of this video is to share a brief account of the establishment of the Protestant Church in Costa Rica. The Catholic religion was imposed on the inhabitants of Aviala, also known as the American continent, during the colonial period. Costa Rica and Nicaragua were joined in a diocese between 1750 to 1850 when Costa Rica, after fighting with the crown and ecclesiastical authorities, finally formed its own. It is important to highlight that during this historical period, all the countries we know today forming part of Central America were considered provinces by the Spanish crown. These were administered from Guatemala and was known as La Capitanía General de Guatemala. It is not surprising that right after independence in 1821 in Cartago, Costa Rica, within the document called El Pacto de Concordia, which will be considered its first constitution, in its second chapter, Articles 3 and 4 stated that, and I quote, "The religion of the province is and would always be Roman Catholic Apostolic, as the only true religion to the exclusion of any other. If a foreigner of a different religion brings a title or reasons for commerce or transit to the province, the government will indicate the precise type during which the freedom and security of the person would be protected and possessions, provided he does not proselytize in the province against the religion or state, in which case he will be expelled immediately." End of quote. I want to open a small parenthesis here by saying that secondary sources use the word proselytize, of which I am not sure. I am quoting directly from the original text, and although the handwriting is difficult to read, it does not seem to me that the word is proselytize. Anyway, that will be a discussion for another time. Present Costa Rican Constitution states that the Roman Catholic Apostolic religion is that of the state, which contributes to its maintenance without preventing the free exercise in the Republic of other cults that do not oppose universal morality or good customs. Permission to hold public Protestant worship is permitted by the constitutions of 1825 and 1848 and reaffirmed in the Treaty of Peace and Commerce between Costa Rica and Great Britain in 1849. The backdrop to this was the participation of English immigrants who came to work at Minas del Monte del Aguacate in Punta Arenas during 1822. According to Wilton Nelson, since there were no medical doctors in Costa Rica at that time, these immigrants asked for a doctor from England, and Dr. Richard Brealey answered the call in 1837, becoming the first medical doctor of Heredia, since there was where he resided. After settling in Costa Rica, he became the founder of the first Protestant church in the country, having meetings with other English-speaking immigrants at his house. According to Wilton Nelson, the first Protestants were from the European immigration representing England, Germany, France, Switzerland, Italy, and North America. This church was initially called Iglesia Protestante de San Jose. Dr. Richard Brealey's historical contribution is that he managed to get permission from the government to celebrate the first public service and open a cemetery for foreigners, since they were not allowed to be buried in Catholic cemeteries. Another important historical figure in the foundation of the Protestant Church in Costa Rica is British Captain William Le Lacheur, who arrived in Costa Rica, Punta Arenas, and he shipped the monarch on Christmas Eve of 1843. His historical contribution is that he was instrumental for the exportation of Costa Rican coffee to the English markets, starting the coffee boom in the country. He also brought 300 Protestant Bibles. A report in the newspaper La Gaceta on August 8, 1863, lament his death when in England, underscoring its impact within mid-19th century Costa Rica. The first Protestant church in Costa Rica, the Anglican church called the Good Shepherd, was built in 1865. According to secondary sources, at what was considered the first church meeting in 1864, it was decided to build a church. William Le Lachère offered to bring a prefabricated church from England on one of his ships. The church arrived and was assembled in 1865. As mentioned, the building was made of prefabricated iron made in England. The original building was restored in 1898 and rebuilt in 1937. The church is located on 4th Avenue in the capital, San Jose, and is recognized today as El Buen Pastor. Presently, most of its membership are Afro-Costa Ricans, many of them descendants of late 19th century Afro-Caribbean immigrants. Stay tuned for the next video on this. Thank you very much and see you soon.
Somos voces de la historia, sangre, tinta y papel. Somos voces de la historia, mis ancestros, su saber, mis ancestros, su saber, mis ancestros, su saber.